All right, everybody, I'm Logan Alec. I'm a CPA, so this is breaking. The IRS just put out an update right now. They said that individuals should input direct deposit information into the Get My Payment tool by May 13th at noon. That is next Wednesday. They said that later this month, the number of paper checks being delivered to taxpayers will sharply increase. They said for many taxpayers, the last chance to obtain a direct deposit of their economic impact payment rather than receive a paper check is coming soon, and that people should visit Get My Payment on irs.gov by noon on Wednesday, May 13th, and I assume they mean noon Eastern Time, to check on their payment status and, when available, provide their direct deposit information. Afternoon on Wednesday, May 13th, the IRS will begin preparing millions of files to send to the Bureau of the Fiscal Service for paper check delivery that will begin arriving through late May and into June. Taxpayers who use Get My Payment before that cutoff can still take advantage of entering direct deposit information. Now, the IRS is also saying that the Get My Payment tool is constantly being improved, okay? So I would say, look, if the Get My Payment tool isn't working for you, keep trying, okay? Because it sounds like the IRS is putting out this May 13th date as a drop-dead date to get your information in for direct deposit into the Get My Payment tool, all right? Now, if you're still struggling with the Get My Payment tool, I have put together a list of a few quick tips that I researched on getting the Get My Payment tool to work for you, okay? Obviously, this is not in the tax code or anything like that. It's just tips from random people that I found on Twitter who have been successful in getting this darn thing to work for them, okay? So these tips and tricks have worked for some people. However, as you'll see, some are actually contradictory, and that kind of goes along with the theme of the IRS right now, right? No real rhyme or reason for this gosh darn Get My Payment tool. So don't get mad at me if these tips don't work for you or if you get locked out of the Get My Payment tool for too many attempts, okay? But here we go. Number one, I'm pretty sure we've all heard this by now, but if you haven't, try all caps. So this guy David Chapman says that if you get payment status not available and Get My Payment, use all caps, okay? Especially with your address. I mean, supposedly the IRS has fixed this, but I'm still seeing people saying that's what did the trick for them, all right? June says input your address exactly as it appears on your monthly bill if you're on a payment plan with the IRS, okay? Number three, another tip is to try inputting your address as it appears on your tax return. That's from Jim Wang at Wallet Hacks. I think that's fairly obvious. Next up, Chris Hall says go to the USPS website, figure out what your official USPS address is, and input your address exactly how it's spelled out on USPS. Number five, Dr. Jeff says if you're using the Get My Payment tool, try inputting your social security number with dashes. He also said that inputting his address in all caps worked for him. Number six, Leah Rose says remove the apartment number and abbreviate your street with a period. Nick Cho said something similar, abbreviate your address type and put a period at the end. Number seven, Freelancers Union says the opposite actually. They say try stripping out any punctuation marks like periods and commas. Number eight, TurboTax actually said to try clearing your cache and cookies and restarting your browser and then trying to Get My Payment tool again. Number nine, next one, this is just, my own thought. Try a different browser, right? Because who knows? If you're on Chrome, try Firefox. You just gotta try things, okay? Number 10, this guy's in Japan, but he said don't put a comma between the apartment and the address line. Okay, so all I can really say at this point is keep trying to Get My Payments if it hasn't worked for you, especially by May 13th. If you need to give the IRS your direct deposit information, try these tips. Be sure to share any tips with each other in the comments below, okay? One last thing, a lot of you have asked how you can tip me or something like that, but please don't. Like, I'm good, I don't need it. There are people out there who need your money a lot more than I do, okay? But if you do have some extra money right now, and only if you have truly extra money, right? You have your emergency fund and all that. Don't go on a giving spree if your own house isn't in order yourself, okay? But if you're in a position to give, I'd actually prefer that you check out the link in my description below to Donors Choose. Click that link and you can donate to support teachers in low-income communities, help them get learning resources into the hands of their students right now who are obviously at home and not in the classroom due to the crisis, okay? And oftentimes, because of where they live, they don't have access to the same resources and opportunities as children living in wealthier areas, especially in a time of pandemic and crisis, okay? Check that out. There's a tracking code on my link so we can see how much we've given as a channel to support our teachers and students in low-income communities, okay? That is all I have for now. Please take care, stay safe, don't give up on Get My Payment, all right? Bye-bye.